Hey, hey. That copyright free music. Copyright free music. It don't cost no money to me because it's copyright free. Nephew. What's up, or youngin? Bean. Mac Tate. What up, cuz? Huh? Best wife ever. That's perfect. Woo! That was beautiful. Stop playing. Love that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, episode one. $2 trillion, baby. Come on. $2 trillion with GRIFF. $2 trillion, baby. He's got dogs from the west side, and he took it all the way to the east side. Everybody just feel the vibe. Now say $2 trillion, baby. Let's talk about it. Gotta talk about it. Let's think about it. Think about it. $2 trillion, baby. Hey, what is cracking, y'all? My digital talk show, 2 Trillion Thoughts, has been in the works. I just wanted to make sure everything was where it needed to be. Shout out to my cousin, my nephews, my wife. Today is Erica Campbell's birthday. So if you know Erica Campbell, if you online or something, go to I'm Erica Campbell at everything. And that's her Twitter, her everything. And say happy birthday to her. It's her 49th. She killing the game. Your latter years, y'all. That's what we talk a lot about in the Griffin household. It's the latter years. Although we had some fresh young years. But it's those latter years
that's going to take away for us. So let me tell you what's going to be happening. And this is what I was just thinking. If I could get it's only one person I want to do this, though. So if it's going to be a digital talk show, I actually need a band. And then I could put the band in a nice little corner, you know, all the stuff you could do with, get a nice little live band cracking, do a monologue, come on now, Hulu. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, episode 1. You got to love your baby. You don't know if your baby going to be a murderer or the president. You don't know. You just got to keep telling your baby over and over, don't kill people, don't kill people. Don't kill people. Go be smart. Go be smart. Please don't kill people. And then they can be something. But I'm excited that everybody's on here right now, man. That means a big deal. A lot of things going on tonight. And this is what's cool. Tonight is the NFL draft, right? The whole NFL draft. Now, me, myself, I am a diehard Raider fan that you can see. Diehard, and the Raiders have the 17th pick, but I want to just go ahead and say something. The number 1 pick goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL. Now, if you're not an NFL fan, that's fine. If you don't like football, that's fine, but I'm going to make this easy for you, okay? Very, very easy for you. The number 1 pick, so all the kids that went to college and they played in college tonight, they go to the NFL. Tonight is the night. They dressed up. They done spent some money that they know they getting already. The number 1 pick goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars, okay? The Jacksonville Jaguars have been horrible for the last 4 years, but they had a nice little spark. They in a really, I'm going to say it, a weak division with the Texans, who Deshaun Watson is going through. Okay, I'll talk about that maybe later or maybe not. But then Tennessee is sweet. You know, they gave the quarterback all that money, and then the running back is just a monster. So it'll probably be between Tennessee and Jacksonville. But I said all that to say Jacksonville has the first pick, and their brand new coach, who ain't coached one preseason game, called a meeting or nothing, went to the Ohio State University. Worst school ever, go blue. But that man, Urban Meyer, is a problem, okay? He actually has a very, very high football IQ, and everybody knows it. Urban is a problem. And this is what I think. Everybody is saying that, they're going to go with Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. The quarterback from Clemson, Sunshine is what they call him from Remember the Titans. They saying that everybody's saying they're gonna go to him, right, at number 1. But this is what I'm thinking, and this is just a thought. It's not my real. This is what I'm thinking. Can I play an instrumental while I'm thinking? I actually can. So let me just turn that down some so you can hear my proper hear. Because this is what I believe. We'll start that over too. With the number 1 pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars, instead of getting Trevor Lawrence, will get Justin Fields from Ohio State, because the Urban Meyer been all over that kid. Urban Meyer picked that kid. Urban Meyer ain't the coach of Ohio State no more, but he definitely overseeing Ohio State everything football. Okay? You get Justin Fields, you keep that Ohio State thing going. This is just me. Cause you gotta love Trevor Lawrence. He's sweet. But it's folk out here. His quarterback is a boy from North Dakota State. That said, he wants some. They saying he might go to San Francisco, but enough about football. I don't want to make everybody crazy. Kamithia, what's happening? That's my cousin in Connecticut. What up, though? I was just having a thought. Let me go back to regular real quick. This month is going to be special, y'all. You have to believe that in your soul. Like, you have to just start saying right now, man, this watch, may go. And then you know, right now we are halfway in this year. It's almost Christmas. It's about to be May 1st. That means summer over in a minute. Like, Oh, my predictable picks. Hey, man, I'm just saying. I love football. I actually love football. I was okay. Anyway, shout out to my cousins and my wife in there on that Hello Fresh. Now, if you have a chance and you are somebody who like to try different things, who knows? I don't want to take you out your box. Stay in your box. But Hello Fresh delivers food. You cook it. It's hella good. I wish they could call it Hella Fresh. Hello. Okay. It's so good. It's so good. And it looked good when it's being plated. People are having fun. Oh, man, who you telling? Don't even get me started. Anyway, DeArco is Tennessee. It tastes so good. Use code GRIFF12 and you can see what I'm talking about. Go to HelloFresh.com. Use code GRIFF12. GRIFF, GRIFF12. And you could just taste the love. That's all I'm going to say. It's HelloFresh. It's something fierce. So tonight, big shout out to our president. HelloFresh, Pastor Shy. I'm just saying. Shout out to Pastor Chiron Richardson. Him and his wife just celebrated 28 years being married last weekend, I believe. Pastors, he has one amazing anointing in ministry. Make sure you use GRIFF12 though, so that thing can gain some traction. That's what they say in advertising. It's getting some traction on that commercial you voice, Griff. How about that? Pastor Shy and his wife, they were our premarital counselors. But Pastor Chiron, I love his name too. Is very GRIFF12. Yes, GRIFF12 right there. Pastor Chiron he one of them pastors that his whole ministry is in the hood. His whole ministry is he cool on a mega church and everybody wearing suits and lying. His whole ministry is in the hood. He want to get them dope boys saved. He want to get people who don't know Christ at all and they cool on him and they don't care what you say. He want to be the dude that you gonna care what I say about him. He could talk you into loving the Lord. Promise you. That's his anointing. Good dude. And he funny too. He really funny. And he got some bars. That's my guy. GRIFF12. Go to that. Pastor Shy, tell your wife I say hello. It's hard to FaceTime them. I'm a FaceTimer, right? I know. Who does that? Me. That's a. They never pick up. They're single. They don't have no kids, so they just be running around doing all kind of don't pick up on FaceTime. Holy Ghost anointed marriage people stuff. It's marriage people stuff. That's all. It's marriage people stuff. They know. That's you. That's you. I told you he funny. That's him. He about that life. They be doing married people stuff. Begatting. So-and-so begat and it's no begats, but they still getting they begatting on. How about that? Me and my wife was just laughing the other night. I hope it ain't no kids on here. I kind of don't want kids to be on here. You could be on here. If your parents, you could be a kid and be on here. I'm grown. I'm about to talk about some real stuff. When you married, and I'm married, and Pastor Shot, 28 years. It's the guilt-free sex. You don't go to the bathroom after having a wonderful evening with somebody and look in the mirror and go, am I a whore, Lord? Did you make me a prostitute, Jesus? What am I doing in the other room? It's the guilt-free, because you're not a whore. You married. You should see my wife is hollering in the kitchen and not you doing so good like this. Stop it! It's the guilt-free sex. I'm married. Raider Nation. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Pastor Sean. I ought to go. Let me go put on their watch that they got me. The Griffs and the Bees. HB. That's Horace. It's the guilt-free sex, Horace. This is not a short stay. This is my home. You got to call his name during and come on, Pastor. here. Jesus. Because you be lying. The guilt sex always look like this. Lord, I just met that dude. Why do you don't even smoke cigarettes? You like, Jesus, you just got me out here in the world, Father God. Then you start lying. Lord, I promise I'll never have an orgasm in my whole life. It felt so horrible. I hated it. I promise you, Jesus. That's how we be. What up, Crystal? How you, sis? It's the guilt-free sex. Let me write that down. We're going to ask questions at the end. So, it's the guilt-free sex. That's you. Make sure there ain't no kids around here, man. I'm just talking about this is grown fuck right here. I got my homeboy Detroit on here. Look, it be so guilt-free that you look at people with that dare you to say something face. I hope my neighbors knock on the door and say, "Sir, we are trying to sleep." I'm gonna go, married. Okay? Married. If I want to scream like I'm being murdered in my own home with the guilt-free sex, don't disturb this groove. Hey, babe, how you? Don't disturb this groove. Crystal, what's happening? Crystal, you married or are you single? Answer me that, Crystal. Are you married or are you single? Tell me that. We gonna wait the proper way. Go ahead, Crystal. Married, single. That's not an answer. Married or single? That's what I want to add. Thank you, HB. I'm going to write that down. Thank you, my friend. Crystal. I know! You married to a pastor. You the second man now that the vice president got her. You the first man, dude. Partner. I know you and Phoebe nasty. Grown people stuff. Hold on, Crystal. There you go. You single now. Okay. You was married for 19 years. See? Yeah, so you know all about it. You obviously just was cool on somebody. Because after a dub, I think so tomorrow is like our 4-month anniversary, right? 4 months. And I probably conformed more times with her than I have in my whole life. Like just like not making it a big deal. Like not like really. You got to die daily. That's what they say. So I'll be over here with the guillotine death off with my neck. Sometimes I get hit by buses. Sometimes I fall on it. Sometimes it's Final Destination death. I'll be over here dying all the time, dog. That's where we at. That's where we at right now. It's no kids around here. Our dog leave the room like y'all are so filthy. Wait a minute. Our dog. I can't wait either. Okay. Anyway, I could talk about the guilt-free sex for a minute. It's 4 months in. You know what I'm saying? We grown and we be by ourselves driving, looking at stuff like, what about over there? You were the one that's gonna be 50? Come on. Yeah. I love my wife. She's awesome. She handles my moods. Get your dog a partner. I got a girl dog that's a part of the LBGTQ movement. She humps male dogs like she was a man. Like I have a very aggressive, I've made a girl dog a boy. Guilt-free sex. He know that's another one. His guilt-free sex got him a 14-month-old. How about that? Grown man, 48. His guilt-free sex got him a 14-year-old. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, so I could talk forever. That's what I do. Thank you, Jesus. I love you too, little Baba. Okay. See you. That's me playing with my hair. See you in the bedroom. Okay. I tested the water a couple times before I said I do with my ex. Yeah, being single and you grown ain't as fun as being single when you 20 and you ain't got nothing. Because when you 45 and up, when you single, I'm going to just say 40, you be in your ways. And you got to meet somebody who's been in their ways and, everything. Anyway, I want to bring on a comedian, or not just a comedian. This is not a comedy show. I might talk to doctors. I might talk to kids. I've really set myself up to do something really awesome and talk to some amazing people. And this is my first amazing person. This dude is really from Newfoundland, Canada. Actually, I think I already give him a introduction. Hold on. You swing it, you see me. That's how my wife talked to me. She go, hey, Griff. That's what she do. She play with her locks. I didn't feel guilty because I knew I was going to marry him. Hey, that's a whole nother subject. That's agreed though, Crystal. I want to bring on this guy right here, man, Brian Aylward. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gonna love this cat. I promise you. I'm right here watching it with you. He's funny. And tell your kids to go somewhere. Grown people stuff. 2 trillion thoughts. Come on. One of Canada's funniest comedians. He resides on the Rock, is what we say. In St. John's, Newfoundland. Actually, he don't reside there no more. But he's from Newfoundland, where if it's 12 p.m. in New York, then it's 1:30 in Newfoundland. I'm a fan. I can say a lot about him. You're gonna learn so much about him right now, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Brian Aylward. Brian, tell everybody where you are right now.
I'm in Koh Lan, Thailand. I'm on vacation right now. Koh Lan, I'm hiding. I'm hiding from the virus. I'm in the jungle.
So Koh Lan, Thailand is where, next to what?
Koh Lan is like an island off Pattaya. It's about 3 hours outside Bangkok. You go 3 hours to a pier, jump on a ferry for 45 minutes, and then you're here.
Oh, wow. And is it just beautiful oasis resort style?
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. It's but we're kind of isolated, which is kind of how my wife and I are here. We're just we're just here. We're basically most of the island is deserted, man, because everyone's kind of locked down because of COVID. So we're just it's my wife's vacation. She got a couple of weeks off school. It's actually Buddhist New Year right now, so we got a break here.
And I know your wife's a teacher or educator there. So you there for a couple of weeks, or you there for a week? And then so everybody can understand, what the hell are you doing in Thailand, close to Vietnam? Tell everybody that part, because I just said he's from Newfoundland, which makes everybody in America say, from Newfoundland? Where is Newfoundland at? Why are you in Vietnam, dog?
Well, Vietnam, Thailand, man, you ignorant goddamn American. Are we allowed to curse on this shit? Or are we doing a Christian version? Well, first of all,
Americans don't know nothing. I just happen to know that Africa is not just one place because I've been there. But other than that,
Americans think Puerto Rico is a country, for fuck's sake.
Hey man, listen, it's technically the 52nd state. I'm just saying, but Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, I'm just saying.
I want to apologize to all the Puerto Rican girls watching this in short shirts. He didn't mean that.
Why are you in Thailand, dog?
First of all, Newfoundland is a rock in the North Atlantic. And Thailand, man, I'm here because I love it, man. I used to teach English in Asia before I did comedy. And
tell me about that. What you mean? Where in Asia?
I graduated university. Didn't know what I was doing. Never did comedy before. Went and worked on the oil rigs for a while. Hated it. Didn't know what I was doing. just before I graduated university, a bunch of people came and they were promoting teaching ESL, English as a second language in Asia at my college. And I remembered that. And then, you know, after the oil rigs and stuff, I was like, man, I got to get out of Dodge, man. I just broke up with my girl at the time. And I was like, I got to get out of here. And so I moved to Korea, ended up living there for 6 years, traveled around Asia for a bit.
What year is this? Give me a timeline. What
2003. Yeah, okay. A while ago. And then, yeah, man, I just, I loved Asia. I went back to Canada, and I just, you know, between the you know, Newfoundland, man, I mean, it's so expensive. The weather sucks. I mean, I love my family and my friends, but, you know, fuck that. I got to get out of there. You know what I mean?
Family and friends, 2 fingers, both of them in the middle, 2 hands.
Yeah, you can zoom. You can zoom family and friends. You can't zoom sunshine. So I actually came to Thailand in 2006, and I remember thinking, man, like, I'd love to live here. I just didn't even know how to go about it. And then me and my wife, about 5 years ago now, I did an Asian tour, like 5 or 6 countries, ended up in Bangkok at the end of the last show of the tour. Because I was Canadian, you know, I was headlining the show. A bunch of Canadians came out because they saw that a Canadian was headlining. They were part of an international school. We hung out with them. They offered my girlfriend at the time a job. And we were living in Newfoundland at the time. And I was like, man, let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
Come on. She didn't know. She never really lived away.
Of course.
So we went home for a bunch of months, and I just kept at her. I'm like, listen, let's go to Asia. Asia's where it's at, you know? And we moved here, man. And so I live in Bangkok. And but yeah, I live in Thailand now for the past 5 years.
Let me tell y'all something. This dude puts up these pictures sometimes that's so unfair. I mean, sunsets, horizons, waterfalls, just real, the juiciest fruit anybody ever seen in their life. Tell me about the weather there. So you know,
today it's 34 degrees, and I picked a pineapple today. I actually picked it. And by the way, I don't feel bad for these pictures, because people will say that back home, because Newfoundlanders be like, oh, must be nice. I'm like, listen, I used to be an assistant janitor. I worked on the oil rigs. I was a security guard of an abandoned building. I've earned this shit. I've earned this.
Wait a minute.
I don't feel bad one bit.
Just for my non-metric people, 34 is 93 degrees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My bad. Right. Fahrenheit. Yeah. Right now it's like April. So April's the hottest month in Thailand. So it's like, it goes anywhere from like 90 to 110 the whole month. It's crazy.
To 110?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
then the cold is what? 60 degrees, 50 degrees with rain, or is it rainy season?
No, like 70, man. 70 with rain. They call it monsoon season, rainy season. You had to get. But I mean, again, man, I'm from Newfoundland. When we say it rains for a week. You know what I mean? Like here, it rains for like 4 hours. Everybody's upset. We just wait for the sunshine. So it's awesome, man. Like Thailand, it's hard to beat it, man. It's beautiful.
I just love it's. Oh man, it's so interesting that. So I'm getting ready to move to Johannesburg, South Africa, and live there for 6 months. You know, and come back, live here for 6 months till I just end up staying there and living there. Yeah. So I understand that I don't have to stay in my country. You know what I'm saying? They actually love me in other places, but I'm with you on I can Zoom you, because hell, after last year, everybody found out, you don't have to be nowhere, and you can be there at the same time, if that makes sense.
Totally, man. That's why I've been telling people that for a while, man. It's exactly that. I'm like, man, once you live in a place like this, man, it's hard to leave, man. It's too good. You know, the food's amazing. It's cheap as shit. The weather, every day is sunshine. Every day is sunshine. So I'm like, you know, like I lived in Cali before, and like I lived in San Diego, and when I was like 19, and man, like sunshine, man. I love it. I'm from Newfoundland, man. We get like fog, rain, and drizzle like 300 days a year.
Yeah. He's really so the people don't understand, Newfoundland might really get sunshine back-to-back summer for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks at the most. And then it's what, 86, 80. 84.
Man, it's the worst. It's like I love home, man, but like weather-wise, it might be some of the worst weather on the planet.
Yeah.
Wintertime is like snow above your head. It's just dumb shit. It's just horrible. And everybody's sad from like October to March. And it's just garbage, man. It's garbage. I got no time for that shit anymore. I'm too old to you know what I mean? To just trudge away in some bullshit.
Dog, I'm so right with you. So tell me about the comedy scene, because first of all, big shout out to your comedy special that's on Amazon Prime. I watched it, downloaded, bought it. Big
Thanks,
in
man.
Asia. So that's what people always say to me. How do they receive you in Africa? How do they? Yeah, they speak English, number one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But how do they receive a white man, not from America, but just a white guy in Asia on the comedy scene? And then tell me about the comedy scene. Like, is it like a lot of comedians are listening to this? So walk me through the club, the nights. Like, let me hear it. I'm here for it.
What happened, man, was like 2005. I started comedy for the first time. I was in Korea. I was teaching English for about 2 years. I started on a dare. Girlfriend I had at the time just dared me. I always wanted to do it, man. I grew up watching David Letterman and like loving the comedians. I didn't even know what it was. Like in Newfoundland, we didn't have stand-up comedy. We had some sketch. We didn't have stand-up. So I just thought it was something Americans did. Like this is before the internet, you know what I mean? So it was like
Of course.
the 80s, 90s. I was like, man, it just felt like such a dream. And I just always wanted to do it. So I did it on a dare, November 11th, 2005. And I haven't stopped since. And then I actually ended up kind of pioneering the stand-up scene in South Korea because I thought there must be other people like me. I started a room called Stand Up Seoul. That became a thing. A couple of years later, kind of, long story short, ended up touring across Korea.
Yeah.
I ended up going. I've done 21 countries now in Asia, man. Like this scene is really popping off. I mean, everywhere, man. Everywhere from like Myanmar, Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, Mongolia,
right,
everywhere, man. And you know how it is, man. As long as you get on stage, you're good. I mean, I miss being around killers. Like, there's not a lot of, world class kind of headliners around. There's some for sure. It's getting much better,
right.
But I mean, you got to balance that with your life. You know what I mean? It's like, sunshine and stage time. I'm good.
Man, so the comedy clubs range from how many people? 150 to 200. What's the biggest room out there?
Well, I mean, they do big rooms. I mean, they brought over in Singapore, Malaysia are probably the biggest comedy spots in Asia. Like they brought over big comics, like I think like Bill Burr has been over here, Gabriel Iglesias, Russell Peters, some big, and Kevin Hart. They've all come over here. Dave Chappelle. I saw Dave Chappelle in Bangkok about 6 months ago. So I mean, big comics come over here now. But for us, I mean, anywhere from like, you do small rooms from 80 to like 300, basically. Probably averages about 150, the proper rooms.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, and it kind of American speaking. So let me see if I'm catching this the same way. So in South Africa, it's 11 official languages, right, and 35 or more indigenous languages. But
right.
It would be like an American having a Mexican friend who talk to you regular and in great English all day, and then his mom calls and he go hard Spanish, and then he go, oh, my mom want me to go get her some groceries. Like, you know what I'm saying? So are they talking English? And then in South Africa, they call them Vernac comedy shows. So if you're doing 1,000 Zulu people, the comedians are only speaking in Zulu. You know what I'm saying? But everybody there understands Zulu and other languages, and definitely understand English. That's one of their second or third languages. But is it like that there too? So you go, or?
Yeah, it depends on the country. I mean, in Thailand, I mean, there's a bit of a language barrier, but there's a lot of Aussies, a lot of Brits, a lot of Americans, a lot of Canadians in Thailand. But if you go to like Malaysia, China, Mongolia, Singapore, a lot of locals, they all speak English, at the shows. Different countries like Cambodia, there might be a bit of a language barrier.
Yeah.
There's a lot of expats, so it's a lot of expat comedy. But I mean, there's also a lot of locals. So it's like I said, I started in 2005, so I've been bouncing around this continent for like 16 years now, and I mean, it's really it's getting better and better all the time, man. And people are coming out, and it's beautiful, man. I love it. So,
Are
yeah,
you
I mean, if you're at a show, like you say, there's 150 people, there might be like a dozen people there that really don't really have a grasp of the language. You know, maybe
got
like
it?
some guy's girlfriend, some girl's boyfriend, some shit
Got
like
it.
that. But other than that, everyone knows what's up.
Good. So
Mm.
is it just pure observation comedy? Like I was watching you Big in Asia, and you really know the difference between Cambodians and Vietnamese people. And like, I mean, you was sweet with it. Like, man,
I've been around, man. Like I've been to these countries now. Like I've been to Singapore like 10, 11 times, Indonesia a dozen times. So I've been around, right? And yeah, man, it's observational, but I like to tell stories. You know, I like to tell stories. So I mean, it's the only way to keep it kind of honest, keep it, you know, original. So I just tell my stories, and my stories are relatable because they're everybody's story. You know what I mean?
and how long are their sets? Is it a host, a feature, a headliner? Is it a host? Is it 7 features? Is it, I'm just
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to paint the picture to somebody who hasn't been or who wants to go, who is going to watch this and go, Brian, what I got to do to perform in Asia,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's basically a host feature and a headliner. I mean, headliners mostly like a half hour is mostly what most countries want. Some countries want an hour, but I mean, we're used to that in Canada. In Canada, we do 45 to an
Of
hour.
course.
But
Us too.
it's regular half hour. But it depends. But if I do my own kind of show, I do a lot of kind of private shows and stuff like that. I'll always rip an hour. But a half hour is generally what it is for a headliner. You got yourself a host, you got yourself a feature, and you'll have a guest spot. Kind of up and coming comedians. They'll give them a little look.
Yep.
And yeah, it's kind of very similar to North America.
But so can I, as big as you are in Canada, are you even that bigger because of numbers? It's 40 million, 45 million people in Canada.
And I
Like,
wish, man. I'm like, you're 2 trillion, man. I'm like 2,000. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. I'm working, man. I'm working. I'm a working comedian, man. I'm happy. We'll see. I mean, we'll see with Big in Asia. I hope my special came out in November. We'll see how it does. I haven't looked at the numbers yet. I'm gonna find out about the numbers next month, so I'm curious about that. I know it's doing well.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just I'm happy to be a comedian. You know how it is, man. The fact that we get to be a comedian is just what a beautiful thing. So yeah, man. As long as I get to keep working and tell my silly, I'm good.
Hey, tell me about your wife. What is, I was laughing with you a couple months ago. I'm a newlywed. I just got married about 100 days old. I'm in my first trimester. I'm the size of a plum right now.
Yeah, congratulations.
But you were saying
you're gonna need
wow.
about another 11. You're gonna need about another 11 months if you want to keep it. So just be patient. Be patient.
You were talking about wives, man, and you was like best friend, biggest nemesis too at the same time.
Dude, that's what they are. They're never satisfied. They're never happy. Like I caught my wife earlier Googling other like resorts for our next vacation. Like we're on vacation. You know what I mean? Like just be happy today. She's like, what about this place in December? Maybe we can. It's like, Jesus, man. But no, she's awesome, man. She's from my hometown. She's funny, man. So that helps a lot. She's really funny, and she gets it. She puts up with all my bullshit, all my silliness, and yeah, man, she's the best. Holly's her name.
What's your favorite thing about her?
Man, there's a lot. Well,
I want to hear.
She's hot.
Because I think we should talk more about our wives. We try to.
I agree.
We give them a little bit on stage and then not too much because they be so damn sensitive. Don't tell everybody about my mama and my uncle who smoke crack. Like they be so.
Man, I rip her family. Because her family's crazy, dude. Her family's crazy. So they love it, though. I love her mom. Her mom is like, dude, here's the thing. I was dating her 2 weeks. Her mom has a cabin. I went up to the cabin. Her mom's from a place called Monday Pond in St. John's, Newfoundland. It's a real, like, white trash type spot. So I knew who her mom was, right? I knew who her mom was. Her mom was funny as fuck. So I woke up at the cabin. It was like 7 a.m. I'm a comedian, right? 7's a little early for us. I woke up and she just started talking to me. And this is what I knew. It's kind of a test, I guess. Here's what I said to her. I was like, "Can you just shut the fuck up till I have a coffee?" Right? And she burst out laughing, dude. She laughed.
And y'all been cool ever since.
Good. Been cool ever since.
I love it. I love it. I love the way you smoke that cigarette so gently. Like,
dude, I take my time. Take my time. Vacation, Brian.
So tell me what you said. There's a lot of things you love about your wife, man. Let me hear.
Yeah, man. I like that you said that. We do need to talk about our wives more, or husbands, or whoever, because man, it's not easy to be with a comedian. You know, we live in our head a lot, right? We live in our head a lot. We're real sensitive weirdos, and you know, sometimes it looks like we're not paying attention, but we're fucking working. You know, we're working. And but it took a while, but Holly knew that because like her mom's funny, her dad was funny. She comes from a funny clan, man, and but she got it. She understood, and I, you know, like, you know, this is my second marriage, so it's like this, you know, you got to have your practice one, and this is my good one, and she just knew, dude, like, and I knew. I was like, there's no apologies. I'm like, this is me. There's none of this fucking you're gonna change me, none of that young girl shit. It's like, this is me.
Yeah.
She said to me, dude, this is hilarious. She said to me a couple weeks ago, she goes, "Am I your ride or die chick?" Is what she said, right?
What do you say?
She's uncomfortable with the lingo. I'm like, no, you're my ride and die chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna ride and die together. Fuck this.
Hey, so you said we live in our heads as comedians. So my wife recently just started asking me, where you at right now? What you thinking about in that big head of yours? Because I guess physically it looked like I checked out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be there, but I'm thinking about how can I talk? How can I set up my podcast? When is my next show? I need to call that promoter. I think I'll be available in June. I think.
Right.
Why are we watching a movie though?
Why? Well, you got to pretend, man. You just pretend to watch the movie, right? You just say, yeah. All that, like, man. I don't know, man. She's good. I'm lucky, man. I got a good one, and she loves it, dude. She comes to all my shows, which is insane. Because I'm like, why are you coming to all this shit? And you know what I mean? Like all of it, all of it. You know, but yeah, she's great, man. I mean, I haven't been doing a whole lot of comedy this year, but yeah, man, I got a good one, man. She's funny. Like, I mean, me and her will do Newfoundland, like. Me and her sometimes will do like characters from home, like Newfoundland. You know, Newfoundland's a very unique place, all the accents, all that stuff. So we'll break into characters, dude. Me and her will do characters sometimes, and we'll do it for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes straight.
That's so
fun. Just be foolish. It's so fun, dude. And like she makes me laugh all the time, dude. Like she's so fucking funny. And yeah, I love when we do that. We break into random characters. I told her we're gonna start doing that. We're gonna have to start putting some of that out because it's too funny.
Yeah, that's that. And speaking of random characters. The Best Kind Tour, Volume 1 is available right now as well. You guys beat the country up, dog. So for the people who are just getting in, this is my man Brian Aylward, comedian from Newfoundland, Canada, Labrador. Is it Newfoundland, Labrador, or Labrador, Newfoundland?
Yeah, Newfoundland and Labrador. That's right.
You been to the Labrador side?
Yeah, man, we go up. The first time I ever been, actually, we went up and did shows 2 years ago. Most people from Newfoundland have never been to Labrador.
I know. That's why I was asking you. I know.
Yeah, it's kind of way up there. It's up by Greenland kind of thing, and it's expensive to get there. Yeah, man, we've done a few shows up there in Goose Bay, Labrador. Yeah, man, Churchill Falls. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, we've been lucky, man. I mean, I did a tour, like the Best Kind Comedy Tour is myself, Mike Lynch, Colin Hollett. I did a tour called Laugh NL, which is NL, Newfoundland and Labrador, like about 2017, I think.
Yeah.
Brought Mike Lynch with me, who's probably the best sketch comedian in Canada right now.
He's good, man. He's killing the game.
He's so funny, man. And then we did a tour, and I was like, man, we gotta maybe do something else. And I thought of this Best Kind Comedy Tour, because that's what we say in Newfoundland. Best Kind means kind of cool. It's good. It's great kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we said it all the time, like, how you doing? I'm Best Kind, man. It's all good. And so we did it, and then Colin was kind of the next kind of hardworking guy, and every Newfoundland tour got to have a Bayman. Bayman's like the country guy, in America.
Absolutely.
And we hooked it up, man. We tried. I think our first tour we did maybe 22, 23 cities. The next year we did like 34, 35. This year we're probably going to do 50.
Yeah.
We keep getting bigger and bigger. And man, it's been well received. And man, you know how it is, man. Like, what a beautiful thing.
Dog, but for y'all to
man,
to close it out in St. John's though, like that was epic at the Civic Center downtown, like that.
Yeah, man, 1,400 people, man. You hosted that. Lanier Phillips, dude. Seriously, I saw a video of that the other day, and you know how it is, man. Because I was closing the show, and I'm in the back doing my thing, whatever. So I'm not really watching the show. And then,
of course,
I watched it later, and man, that was such a good bit, dude. Like I was like, man, like people don't even know what Griff is dropping right here. This is some beautiful shit.
And here go what's even funnier. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I know who Lanier Phillips is. A Navy ship crashed. The Newfoundlanders was trying to. They said the man got tar on him or something, but he was black. They had never saw black people before, so Lanier Phillips was the first. But I probably said I'm Lanier Phillips to y'all, huh? What I say?
The ending was Lanier Phillips.
No, wait a minute. Remember when you came out and we went like this?
Oh, dude, the best. Yeah, because me and you were joking around talking about, if you remember,
all day, because we was on a boat. Remember, we was on a boat where we saw a Canadian eagle with the biggest wingspan. Remember when it hit the corner? We was like, damn, right over the side of the pier. We was talking about that all day.
Yeah, we were talking about like how me and you have been to some stuff, because I lived in Detroit. I've seen some shit, and you've been around. And we were talking about how like we've been in some sketchy situations, like how we're too old for this shit now. We don't want to be part of that. So when shit goes down, we're like, bye, and we just leave. And that's how it started, the wave. And so we combined that with like the bow from Asia and the wave. So when you passed the mic off to me, that's what we did. We bowed and waved, and no one knew what the fuck we were doing. It was beautiful.
I have to call them and have them send me a copy or give me a video.
Oh, dude, I'll send you a copy for sure. Sure.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh, my bad. I thought you had that. I'll get to you for sure.
No, you ain't got to send it from Thailand. I can make one of them send it. They closer.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, but you probably more dependable though. I'll get it from you. Hey, hold on one second. Madison, I'm doing a Zoom thing right here. My podcast. My dog hates squirrels. And it's not more hate. It's not hate. It's can't catch them. But the squirrels, very cartoon-like, taught her at the door. Like right now, if I took this laptop, they're at the door, damn near tapping on the door, like they know. And even if I open the door real fast, in her best try to get to the tree, they too quick. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of dog you got? What kind of dog is it?
A Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, they're good to go. They want to catch that.
Let me tell you something. This how smart she is. What squirrels do, they don't run up a tree. They just go on the other side of the tree, right? So they never go like you in cartoons, they run up the tree and get to the highest branch. But in real life, they just go to the backside because they know everybody's looking up, kind of, right? Mm-hmm. So my dog shoots out the door, runs to the back and jumps up she close, but she ain't gonna know what to do when she get one. But now I don't like squirrels. And it's such a dumb racist thing, but I'm a squirrel hater. Squirrel lives don't matter. And I want to buy a BB gun and just see, will you be doing all that yipping and yapping with a nice little BB in the hip? I don't want to kill them. I would like to maim some of them though.
Yeah, that was one of my hobbies as a kid in Newfoundland. We used to shoot squirrels for fun.
And do they die or do they just be?
If you're a good shot, they do. If you're a good shot, they do. They die right quick.
Okay, so it ain't me. It ain't just you was shooting them with BB guns or real rifles.
No, BB guns. Yeah, BB guns.
Oh, they died from the BB guns?
Rabbits, squirrels, and birds. Relax, everybody. Send your letters to Griff.
Nuh-uh, send your letters to Thailand somewhere where you don't know where he at because he island hopping. Brian, I'm coming there this year. I told it's funny. So my wife is from what you would probably call Louisville, Kentucky, but it's the home of Muhammad Ali. But,
of course,
but
the Louisville Lip.
Yes, but they pronounce it Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
Louisville, what? Not even a Ville, like V-U-L-L, Louisville. That's how they pronounce it. So she's from Louisville, Kentucky. She just moved to Texas last July. Never been nowhere, born and raised in Kentucky. So this is culture shock for her, just Texas. But now I'm talking about moving to Johannesburg and going to Vietnam for, just all this stuff. And she's so with it. It's no resistance.
Hollywood's the same way. That's exciting, man. You can be her tour guide. You can bring her along. It's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing.
And as many places as I have been, I know it's 100,000,000 more that I haven't been that I'm very excited to take her on. And this is my third wedding. So I'm like, if 3 is not a charm. And I'm so proud of myself though, Brian, because my mama been married 9 times. And my dad been married 5 times.
Wow. What?
Wait a minute. Here go the funniest. So
That's an energetic lady.
In March of 2020, my mom calls me and says, it might be time for number 9 to walk the line. I said, Mom, you can't make jingles about divorcing dudes. And she said, rumor has it 10 is in, right?
That's amazing.
Fast forward.
That's amazing.
Fast forward. She calls me in September and goes, yeah, man, the divorce is final. It's cool. I said, Mom, it's all good. You're not new to this. You'll be all right. So where you going to live now? She said, where am I live? I'm at the house. I ain't going to be homeless and divorced during the pandemic. So you and the dude just still live in the same house. He literally just moved out maybe 6 weeks ago. My mother is an OG. There's women out here can't get one man. My mom got 9 of them.
9.
Ain't that absurd?
Listen, man, like I'm on my second and man, if this don't work out, I'm good.
That's what I just said. I said, not just good with, I'll be okay with being single. Like, I'm good with life. Like, I'll go to heaven now. I'm cool on earth.
Good. I'm good, man. I got comedy. I got snacks. I got naps. I'm good. I'm good, man. Yeah, dude. We nap now. We nap. By the way, are we doing this glasses on and glasses off? Speaking about being old. What do we got? Where they at? Where they at?
So I'm gonna tell you this. Yesterday, I go back to the optometrist because I'm like, hey man, I'm really not feeling these bifocals and my vision ain't that bad. And I'm getting dizzy and stuff is just way too close and I hate it. So the dude retests.
But your vision's not that bad. Okay.
He retests me and he's like, hey, you're partially nearsighted. But that's it. Just use them for driving and watching TV, maybe. I said, so I ain't got it. He was like, no, changed my prescription yesterday. I told everybody I'm 50 this year. Never had, look, this is my font on my phone. I don't have blind black people font. This is my regular size font, that little, and I'm not going like this. So my wife been wearing glasses. You see, I had to look around. My wife been wearing glasses since she was 12. And when she take her glasses off, she read like this for reals all the time. This is such a good book.
You're right. Goddamn geek.
It'd be right here. I said, babe.
You know what's scary though? Here's what happened. I got mine like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Here's the scary thing. I don't want to scare you, man. I'm 47 and like, man, my eyes are getting worse like every few months.
That's what dude said. He said, you good now, but you might have to come back next year or in August. I said, damn, don't do me like that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't like it. I don't
But
like it.
but guess what? So today I'm celebrating 26 years of comedy. 26 years ago, I jumped on my
Awesome,
first
brother.
mic.
Congratulations.
Right?
That's a monumental thing, man.
This
Beautiful.
is what's funny. We only been looking at a close couple people most of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you was working on them cranes and them things in the water, but overall, with our eyes, we kind of only look at 2 or 3 rows of people, and then we fade out for our own self. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to know what the dude in the back look like, so we just fix our attention to about 7 feet away from us. I think comedy messed my vision up.
Man, maybe. I mean, can you read a menu?
Oh yeah, I'm not one of them. And that's what he said. He said,
hey. What do you mean one of them? I'm one of them. What are you talking about? I'm not one of them, dude. I'm one of them. When I read a menu now, it's like someone pissed in my eyes. I'm like, can't read shit.
Looking like Joe Biden. I don't know why Biden just don't wear glasses, dog, because he always talk like this. What America is about to do.
Joe Biden, is Biden still alive?
He's so old, dog.
Is he alive? I thought he died. He's still alive?
How funny is that to have a prime minister that's young and handsome and all the chicks like him, and then America's president is all the villains from Scooby-Doo?
Man, listen, Trudeau's our Obama, man. Don't let the pretty...
I know, but his daddy was a pimp too.
Daddy was a pimp. His daddy was definitely a pimp, but he's not. He's a spoiled little brat. He's horrible.
Trudeau,
he's our Obama, man. Everyone comments on his hair and his ass, and meanwhile, the whole country's going to shit. Man, whatever. Like that, we just copy you guys. Whatever you do, we do. You know what I mean?
You ain't getting no old prime minister though.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. We're gonna get an old. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. You know, the Proud Boy shit that started in Canada.
Did it?
Calgary. Yeah. Calgary.
Oh, they do have that. I've been there. I was there the week before. What do they call it with all the rodeo week?
Oh, Stampede week. I think Stampede, something like that.
I was there the week before, and they was getting ready, and I was asking them, "What the hell is going on? Why is y'all making Canada look like Texas?"
Oh yeah, well, it is. Alberta is the province of Alberta is Canadian Texas for sure.
Is it?
For sure. It's the exact same. It's the exact same, man.
So they don't care about no other province, just them.
Yeah, man. They're doing the whole shit like you guys. I mean, not you guys. The UK got like Brexit. They're trying to start Wexit, which is bullshit. Like the West Coast is going to break off. They're not going to break off for shit, but they're talking about it because they got all the oil and shit, right? So they think, man, it's just.
I thought y'all had all the oil.
A bunch of racist assholes. We got some, but not really. But Alberta got most. But they're just, just a bunch of racist assholes who are just spouting that shit, think they can, break away from whatever they think's happening. But it ain't gonna happen. I performed there, and I had an okay show. Like the shows was just okay, and I was like, this stuff rips in Toronto and everywhere else. No, I love Alberta. Don't get me wrong. Alberta's awesome, man. Calgary, Edmonton, Fort Mac, amazing cities, man. Great for comedy. I mean, Calgary's one of my favorite places to play. But but you get to the country Alberta, it's Texas.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, look here, homie. This was so much fun. This was
man. Thanks for having me.
Exactly what I wanted it to be. So how can people reach you? How can people come perform in Thailand and Asia? How can people just give us all your information, homie?
Well, man, if you want to come perform in Thailand or Asia, get a hold of me at Brian Aylward Comedy, AYLWARD at Brian Aylward Comedy. That's on Instagram, Facebook, all the things. My YouTube channel, all of it is at Brian Aylward Comedy. And yeah, man. You want to check me out there. Big in Asia is out now on Amazon Prime and a bunch of other streaming services. Best Kind Comedy Tour, you can get that. Yeah, man, check it out. I'm really happy, man, about Best Kind, man, because that was years in the work. I wanted to do it in Asia because it's like an hour of all Asian material. And I'm really proud of it, man. I funded it myself. I ended up going to Mongolia. The guy in Mongolia was like, he actually was inspired by the Comedy Store in California, in LA.
He was telling me that.
Dude, it's amazing. He went back to Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, which is the capital city. He built a comedy club like the Comedy Store in LA. They don't have the multiple rooms, but they have the single room, but the rest of it looks like the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
200 seat, beautiful room. Yeah, man. I mean, Asia, I honestly think Asia is about to be the next kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, like the next big boom in comedy, man. It's really popping off over here.
Are there a whole bunch of hack comedians though?
There's a lot of those, man. I mean, I had to stop myself from my big mouth from saying stuff to some people, but there was some, but there's been something. It's actually been funny. There was a guy, Tom Rhodes.
Yeah, man. Tom, let me tell you something. Tom been going to other countries since '81.
OG, he's an OG for sure. There was a guy in Malaysia that stole one of his jokes, and Tom, the OG that he is, happened to be in the audience. Yeah, dude. So, but yeah, there's definitely, it started off like that back in the day, like when I started. There's a lot of hacky shit, but you know how it goes. That's how
they don't know nothing else except what they saw.
Yeah. Right. And they're hacky. They talk about their dick. They do all the things. But now, man, there's a lot of really funny dudes. Every country got some killers now. So
good.
Yeah, man, there's some hacky shit, but I mean, it's much, much better.
It's hacky stuff everywhere, dog. Don't feel bad, stuff. Asia. It's everywhere.
Stuff everywhere. You watch Netflix recently? What are you talking about? Oh, dude, you got to be a Nigerian amputee to get a special.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Aylward, and I am from Nigeria. I love you, man. Tell your wife I said hello. I see you at the end of the year.
Yeah, man, can't wait. We've been talking about it today, man. We're gonna set you up nice, man. Show you guys a great time.
We're geeked. I love you, man. You stay blessed, dog.
Love you too, brother. Thanks for having me.
Okay, my dude, Brian Aylward, y'all. How about that? 2 trillion thoughts. Glad y'all came. This was the first episode. I'm not mad at it. I'm actually not mad at it. I'm excited. I'm only going to be on for 2 more minutes. The NFL draft started in 2 minutes. I'm off in 2 minutes. Hello Fresh is already ready in the other room. Ladies and gentlemen, Raider Nation. Do he have a ring with Raider Nation? But he can't. I know his wife ain't Raider Nation. I got 3 rings. I'm going to get a whole bunch more. Like, I like them like accessories, like different colors and stuff like that. Bottom line is I'm married. Back up. Give me some room. COVID, give me some room. I'm out of here. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you, Crystal. Appreciate you. What else is going on? Okay, number 1 draft pick, I'm thinking going to Justin Fields. Change the world. He's a Patrick Mahomes. He's a problem. Justin Fields, go to Jacksonville Jaguars. That's what I'm thinking. If not, he might go to Frisco. All right, enough about that. Y'all have an amazing day. I'm about to put this on all places you could listen to podcasts. Thank you for coming to the grand opening, the new birth, Detroit. You already know. Shout out to the homie. And I am out of here, man. Y'all have an amazing evening. Then I got some goodbye music. Oh yeah. How about that? He's a problem at Clemson. See, hurt hit. Hit hurt. Have an amazing evening. 1 hour, baby.